an action, gave them money and crushed the money and threw it down, and they carried the money again, and he asked them, what is the value of 1,000 shillings when I gave you? How much was it worth? They said 1,000. And then after it was being crushed and thrown out and, spit on, it was still 1,000 Kenya shillings. Then they learned something that even if you're crushed, you're coming from crushed backgrounds, your value does not change. That really inspired me, even as a mentor and also as a speaker. I also got inspired, and I would say it's all about inspiring someone before they expire.
Yeah, that's a good one. So you had something to add on to that. Feel free to.
Oh no, we love doing these exercises. We do a lot of object lessons and create experiences, for the audience. And what we've found is these things really stick with them. We'll come back 6 months later, a year later, and we'll have students come up to us and say, I remember when you had me volunteer, or I remember when you gave me a chance to make this money, or, and so it really gives them hope, and it gives them something to work towards. And a lot of the people that we bring out here, a lot of the women, we bring a lot of women speakers, they're seeing examples of other people and learning it's possible. And a lot of them have overcome a lot, the people we bring here. And so it lets them know that, they can overcome what they've done as well. And we love all these schools. They're great.
You just mentioned that someone would recall, you would meet someone and they would recall that you helped them make some money. Do you also get them into earning money? Do you also get them into jobs? Or what
sometimes
exactly
we're
do you mean by that?
sponsoring them and helping with schools. Sometimes we're creating apprenticeships. Sometimes we're creating internships. One of the things, we have a lot of kids that come up to us that want help, and one of the things we tell them is, we're going to have you write a letter, and you're going to tell us why we should help you. And unfortunately, most of the young people will never do it. 90% of the people that come up to us won't do it. But the other 10%, they make the effort, and they write a letter, and they reach out to us, and they say, Mr. Fagan, this is why I need help, and this is how hard I'll work, and this is what I'll do if you support, if your organization supports us. And we'll select a certain number of those kids. And we have some really cool success stories. Sharon from the Manga School for Girls is an awesome success story. And there's lots of stories where we're helping those who are helping themselves. We're helping those that are hard workers, and we want to reward that work. And Kenya has so many bright, beautiful smiles filled with hard workers. We've gone to a lot of other countries in the world, Bangladesh, Thailand, but this has become our favorite place. And now we've come here three trips in a row. Usually we spread it out and we go to other countries and then we rotate and then we come back here. But we've enjoyed the young people so much, the university students, the primary school students, that we want to help the people that are ready, and it seems like there's a lot of ready people here.
Speaking about people that are ready, I'm sure that there are those who are watching right now and maybe would want an opportunity, one of those opportunities. So is there a way they can reach you, or you get to only work with the ones that you choose, whereby you've decided we're going to this particular school, so they're the only ones that we're going to be looking at that at the moment, or it's open? Right
now we're focusing on the schools that we're going to visit, and we're asking those schools to give us an audience, give us a big audience. What helps my people is to be able to speak and inspire an audience, and so they get to go home and talk about the impact that they made. So we challenge the schools, hey, if you'll give us the biggest and best audience with the most students, we're going to come there and we're going to focus on your school and we're going to focus on your students. So right now the focus is just on that. But we just came from the Minister of Youth. We've had other meetings with Governor Simba Arati. We are looking to expand it and take it from a beta program and to a bigger program. So we're putting those things in place now.
All right. You are running with the theme youth and business. So why this particular theme? And if you could just get us into that, what exactly is this theme all about?
A country is built basically on a larger percentage based on the number of youth they have. That's why we are focusing on the young people, because they have the energy, they have the passion, they have the zeal to be able to do something and run with the economy of that country, and also change and empower families as well. So that's why we are so much focused on helping the young people to be able to understand, to be able to get the knowledge they need, the mentorship, the inspiration they need, so that they can be able to become the change that we wish to see in a country, in a family, or in a nation. Yes.
Speaking of business, still probably for someone who's watching right now, who's a young person, and maybe they're wondering, what is the proper way of knowing what business to get into? What would your advice be to them?
Yeah, has a lot to do with figuring out what your talents are. But there's three things that we kind of want to bring together. One is, what are you naturally good at? Another one is, what do you really love doing? And then the third one is, what will people pay you to do? Where those three things overlap, the pay, the love, what you're really good at, where they overlap in that Venn diagram, if you will, that's really the sweet spot. So we have some different ways to help people evolve that and figure that out. There's a process for that. One of the things that's changed, Vivian, a lot over the recent years is we're all so connected now. You know, when the world shut down, because of things like Zoom, because of things like online conferences, we have a lot of these students now that are staying up through the night just to be on conferences and training programs that we're doing in the US, right? Because we're 10 hours, behind you. But they're staying up through the night to be a part of these things so they can learn some of this stuff because of the internet, because of the online nature of education nowadays. So we're also inviting them that, hey, if you like this, if you like what we're saying, if you like what we're talking about, we provide ways for them free of charge. If they can just get online, they can do that. And that's why we've even donated some computer libraries to some schools just so that they can get online and see that they're connected to something so much bigger. Sometimes in a local community, you can kind of lose hope and think that nobody sees you or recognizes you and you're kind of all alone. Just by making that connection to more of a global community, there's actually quite a few people out there that are willing to help and support you.
Yeah. All right. As we finish, if you could, you had the summit yesterday. So where are you going next?
Kenyatta.
And when exactly? Kenyatta University.
Yeah, right from here. We're going to Kenyatta University. There's about 10 of us that will go speak over there, and then tomorrow we fly up to Kisii, a bunch of schools. You have the list of schools, Dominic.
Yeah, actually we headed to Kenyatta University today, and tomorrow we are flying to Kisumu, then we go to Kisii. We'll be going to Kerori Girls, we're going to Manke Girls, and a number of schools. There are about 6-7 schools. And the most important thing that I can say is we're helping the young people to identify their passion and their mission. Once they do that, how beautiful it is when passion pays your bills.
Absolutely amazing.
Yes.
When you get paid from your passion, then that is actually what we all are aiming for. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming to the show. And you are doing a great initiative, so keep at it, and we appreciate the efforts.
Thank you, Vivian.
Thank you.
Okay, this is where we call it a wrap right here on Good Morning Kenya for today. Remember, we get to do this again tomorrow, same time and place, God willing. My name is Vivian Dago. You can simply just call me Miss V, and enjoy the rest of your viewing.
Born in Cameroon and now a seasoned citizen in Paris, Iman Aisse is fusing haute couture with African dressmaking traditions, and it's dresses to die for.
This is Parisian haute couture at its best. Delicate, handmade, extravagant. It's the unmistakable signature of Iman Aisse, the first designer from Cameroon to showcase his creations at the Paris Haute Couture shows. Aisse has been living in the French fashion capital for more than 20 years.
To me, Paris is like a museum. There's always something new to discover.